This is Retta Horn from the Livingston County Library. This video is going to go over a few basic chain and double crochet stitches that some people may be having a problem with. Let's make a knot, wrap our yarn around our two fingers, and then put it in the back of that, behind, and then we put our crochet hook and pull that one from behind through and make our knot. This is how I make a knot. Not everybody makes a knot the same way. Next, we need to learn how to put our yarn on our hand for our tension, and we wrap it around our little finger and then our index finger. The only thing this hand does is our tension and holding our project. We take our hook and we twist it and we get our thread and we're going to do a chain. Just get our thread and then pull it through. That's all we're doing. This is a chain. Don't make them tight, make them loose, because you're going to be going back through these. We just get it and we twist our hook to grab that yarn and pull it right through. And anytime you feel that the tension's not right, just reposition it on your hand. Getting that yarn and just pulling it through that loop. That's all we're doing. As we're twisting the hook so we can grab and keep hold of that yarn as we go through the loop. The only thing this right hand does is take care of the hook. Now we're counting our chains, and you can just count the loops if you need to, or count as you go along. As you can see, the left hand is all it's doing is holding the tension and holding the project to guide it, to tell it where the hook needs to go. I'm going to do double crochet. Get our yarn, hold it with our finger, go through a loop in our chain, go through that and get our yarn, pull it back through that same hole. Now we have 3 loops. Get our yarn, pull it through 2 loops, off. Get our yarn, pull it off the next 2 loops, off. You have 1. Get our yarn, go through the next hole in our chain, get our yarn, pull it back through 3 loops, and then we go through the 2, and we're going to go through 2 to make 1 end. The right hand is just manipulating the crochet hook, twisting it to hold it, and the yarn to go through that loop on the chain or the next hole that we need to go through. and bringing it back through. That's all it is do, is twisting and turning it to manipulate that. We hold the yarn, we're touching the yarn just for that few seconds to hold that yarn so we can go through the hole. When we come back through it, we let it go. It's the only time that right hand will touch the yarn. You need to crochet loosely, not so tight, otherwise it'll be bunched up. And you'll loosen up over time. You may have a little problem at the first getting it so loose that you can't get your hook through, but if you just keep on trying to loosen it up, and it'll come with ease. Okay, as we are going around the edge of the thing, I'm going to go back in the same loop that I did. So I'm putting another double crochet in that same loop. I'm going to put another one in there. So this is the third one in the same loop. So we have 3. We're going to do one more. So that'll make us 4 in the same loop. Now we're going to find the next hole, which would be part of our chain. Right there. Just doing another double crochet. We're doing double crochets from now on. The only reason we did 3 more in the same loop is to make it curl up. And we just continue on doing double crochets in that chain at the bottom of the project. We're coming up to the end of this side, and we're going to double crochet in the same hole as I just did, and we're going around the corner, and don't worry about, I changed my color, don't worry about that knot, same hole. Now, you can see that there's 2 rows up the top, and if you pull them apart, there's another row right below it. String in each hole. And we want to go between these two, this 2 and a 1. Right in this hole right here. And if your stuff is too tight, sometimes you can't hardly see it. Now it's going to be a little difficult on this end. Finding that 1 on the end, but it's there. May have to take a couple stabs at it, but it's there. Double crochet in that 1 at the end. Now we're going to go in this hole here. There's 2 at the top, there's 1 at the bottom there, in that hole. That's your hole that you need to go to. We're finished with the chain, going through the chain again. Now we're going moving on through our project. Through that hole. So going around the end, we're going in each one of the holes. I'm not putting any extra stitches in here. I'm just going to put in each hole. And continuing on around and around. Now, as you can see, it's starting to curl. If I flatten it out, you can see I went in every one of those holes And when you turn it in on itself, it's starting to curl in. Okay, we've went around a couple of times now, and it's going to fold in and out like so. We're going to pull the ends through and have them on one particular side, because that will be on the inside and they'll be hidden once you put it together. You can see that it's going to start to take shape and fold it up on itself. The ends fold in like this, and so we are needing to put some more rows here to fill this space in. I've done a few more rows. As you can see, as we fold it in on itself, I'm almost to the point where I need to stop. Maybe 2 more rows around, I need it to fill in to touch each other. I've done my 2 extra rows, so I'm almost, you can see it's touching each other, but I need to fill in for the rest of that 1 row to the end. And just a few more stitches to get to the end there. Now, I'm at the end, and as we lay it flat, if it doesn't lay flat, you may have just gotten the stitches too tight, and over time it'll be loose. So they fold in together and they touch each other, and then you will be sewing this up with the remaining end of the thread.